Welcome to Down South Football Podcast. This is DSF After Dark, man. Y'all already know what it is. We got a lot going on. A lot of
got
things.
a lot going on, Nord. Whole lot going on.
Oh, Lord. We in the building, man. To some of this instant reaction. Ain't review, no tape, ain't looked at it hard, just instant reaction from everything that went on today. But we thought it was necessary. Whether it's coaches fighting at midfield, whether
Don't
it's,
hug me, brother.
Whether it's
I ain't gonna get another fine.
Well, this what else we got going on? What else is this? Play calling. Well, we got games being. I ain't talking about that. No, that's money. I mean, we got a lot that's going on in the actual college football world right now. So, but we got our boys in the building. What's up, Tuck? What's going on, Dave? And Ice Cube from Today Was a Good Day video.
Nah, Ice Cube. I mean, all black, goddamn it, because this is a black ass occasion right now. This shit.
It's not the dark, so you can't. I mean,
hey, don't be encouraging,
bro. You inside? I know Fitzgerald is a trash ass kicker, but he was in position. Why in the hell are you throwing the fucking ball in the corner of the end zone on first down? With
first down.
On first down.
With
3 timeouts.
First of all, don't nobody know what the hell you talking about, because you just talk.
Let me break it. I'm sorry now. Florida State, North Carolina State. We was in the fourth quarter with 30 seconds left. We had the ball inside the 30-yard line. 3 timeouts on first down. Jordan Travis decides he want to go back to the same goddamn corner route to Michael Pittman on first down, and instead of him eating the goddamn ball, he throws a motherfucking pick. That's what we're talking about. My bad.
You all right now?
You want me to tell what we're talking about?
I mean, you started talking about it. I didn't know what you were talking about at first. I was like,
this by FSU. This by FSU.
He's a variant of Petey Pablo. He's the bad.
I've been chilling tonight. I've been chilling all season. I've been chilling all goddamn
Roll your hands
season,
up.
man. This some bullshit. Bruh.
That's 2 out of 3.
I'm gonna mute myself. I'm gonna let y'all continue.
Okay.
Lord. Okay. Anyway, while he's muting himself for a minute, let him get some damn composure.
He's gonna be. He can't. You muted yourself.
You muted yourself. Remember, we don't know what you're saying.
Don't remind him.
I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying. But anyway, man. Look, it's been a long day. A lot of good football going on. Of course, Ben has already expressed his frustration. And
Pablo.
Where y'all want to start at?
I mean, we can go anyway, but
that debacle in Texas or the state fair.
We could start there.
They said.
I mean, me personally, I saw that coming a mile away. I mean, I saw.
I mean, I don't know how much we really is it. How much is it to talk about? I mean,
it was a blowout. I mean,
the largest margin of victory since 1965.
Yeah. Oh, when Ewers came back, I knew this was gonna be a blowout.
It was a wrap.
I knew it was gonna win the game. I did not expect Oklahoma to not score.
Yeah,
but without Gabriel,
without Gabriel, and then
Dylan Gabriel was like that's
and then with Texas defense, like I said, it's a little bit better. You know, they've been getting a little bit better ever since the Bama game. Had a couple little letdowns with Texas Tech from last week, and then the week before had another little letdown. But hey, they've been. It ain't been their defense, been their offense. Offense has been scoring. But this week when Ewers came back, they lit that scoreboard up. It wasn't even fair. But
we told y'all that was like last on the list of the 11 o'clock games, and I think it lived up to that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it did.
I mean, because the 11 o'clock was great. Kansas, TCU,
great game.
Great game. Hope old boy from Kansas is getting well. All that kind of stuff like that. You know, the backup quarterback came in and showed his you know what.
Mm-hmm.
Tennessee, LSU, great
for
game.
Kansas. Heisman Hooker or Heisman.
I'm not on that train. I'm not riding that.
That was the easiest.
You need to be on at least the passenger car. Ain't nobody trying to take you on the locomotive.
That was the easy cover of the week.
He is slinging around the park, my boy.
For real. That literally was. That was one of them times where everybody should have went ahead and did a straight bet on Tennessee. That was the easy cover of the week.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do it.
That was the easy cover of the week.
Yeah, told y'all that game was not gonna be close. I said,
but I'm not going Heisman Hooker because I won't go into detail now. We'll just wait till a couple weeks go on because I know of a quarterback that gets overlooked that puts up crazy numbers every year, but maybe because of where he plays, he don't get the hype, and you got one team that's having to, be doing pretty good. They haven't played Georgia yet, so and they want to talk about Heisman Hooker. I guess it sounds good, but he ain't outplayed Malik Cunningham yet. But go ahead, y'all go ahead and make your point.
But let me ask you today, if he was to somehow pull off next week, he got Bama next week. Yeah. Same numbers. He throw 300, 3 tubs.
And go ahead. You ain't got to. And what?
300.
Bama look like shit. And I'm sure Bama fans that's watching it will agree that they look like shit.
Let's see the comments.
Without Bryce.
Okay, so here's my question. The man, ever since he started last year, since now he's thrown 38 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. Mm-hmm. Definitely more approved this year. I'm not when we say
talking about you talking about Heisman Hooker?
Yeah, when we say Heisman Hooker, it's more for nobody's saying like, oh, he gonna win the Heisman.
No. I'm not taking it in that respect. Only thing I'm saying is that I know of a quarterback that's probably gonna throw for over 2,000 and gonna rush for 1,000, but he's not gonna get that kind of love only because of where he's playing, and maybe their record may not be right. What University of Tennessee's perceived record would be, because this shit can fall apart at any moment.
But, now, in quote unquote Tennessee's defense, they do got Bama and they do got Georgia. They got them both. So
what does that mean?
Both,
Bama is not.
Well, here's my
Bama.
Well, here's my question then. What is it that Hooker can do to be improved in your eyes? Because you just said it ain't gonna be Georgia, it ain't gonna be Bama.
No. I don't misunderstand me. I like Hooker. I just don't want. I know the Heisman Hooker. This is maybe it's a phrase that maybe we coined or maybe somebody else coined. I'm just saying is that.
Oh yeah, Damian coined that.
yeah, maybe Damian coined it because we're such in a SEC country. I just know of a kid that is gonna put up crazy Lamar Jackson this numbers by the end of the year, and nobody's gonna talk about it. That's all I'm saying. So I'm not knocking Hooker.
What's Malik's numbers right now?
Well, he didn't play today.
He got banged up last week. He didn't play today.
I think he might have close to 1,000 passing. And
okay, so Malik didn't play today. Did Louisville play today?
Yeah, Louisville played. He didn't make the trip.
So,
because I think he in protocol. He in protocol.
Okay, so if he missed, due to technicality, yes, I can understand why you say he's probably nobody speaking of him. But I think Bruce. I mean, I feel the same way about what's his name? Bryce. I think Bryce hurt himself. I think Bryce hurt himself too.
Well, let's call a spade a spade. First of all, if we're gonna talk about Heisman or all that type of stuff, we already know it's a politically driven award. Mm-hmm. Just like they said, hey, You gotta wait for. Dang it! There you go. All right.
There you go.
You gotta wait for like. I'm just using Hooker as an example. Like you gotta wait for Hooker like to show out against Bama and Georgia because it is politically motivated.
Right.
It's always been politically motivated. Where it's like, oh, okay, well, a defensive player is not supposed to win it or anything like that. It's just that that's the premier trophy that everybody wants to talk about all the time. And so it's like, and hell, everybody says like, oh no, he can't be eligible for the trophy because his team ain't undefeated or his team ain't up there. His team ain't ranked high. So it's almost like the trophy only equivalates to your team being undefeated or your team being this and that and that and this. And I think we got away from what the trophy really means.
Right.
Because it's like because that's what it is. It's just pushed and done by a media type of thing. Yeah, like Ready Investment said, like like DTR out there doing his thing.
He is. And I think with Hooker, Dave, it's more so like
respect for Tennessee.
Everybody else will not have the opportunities that he had. Meaning, they not about to be in this position and play Bama and play Georgia. Like, so it's like, if you're looking at the two premier programs that everybody's hollering about, if he performs against both, we ain't even talk about astronomical numbers. If he performs against both, he gonna get a ticket to New York.
Hell, to me, it wasn't even so much about like the Bama aspect of it. It's just like,
well, I say both. I say both. I lump them both together with Bama and
Georgia. Yeah. No, I'm saying both. To me, it ain't even about performing against Bama or Georgia. It's like the fact that Hype on his second year got Tennessee back to this point. Mm. And you got Hendon Hooker. It's like, it's just what I'm saying, like systems can make a lot of things good because think about it. This man was at Virginia Tech.
Yep.
And then nobody give two craps about what he was doing. Yep. Then last year they weren't really paying attention to Tennessee because Tennessee went 6-7, but their offense was still top 7 in the nation. You add a little bit of defense in there, now it's like, oh, not everybody want to pay attention. So, gotcha. It's like I said, it's an award. It's an award, but we don't view it as a begin all end all. It's just like we kind of just know how it's going to go and how it's going to get down there. So. But I want to say congratulations, Tennessee, because God, if you ain't in condition, just don't play that game. Tennessee gonna snap that ball with about 23 seconds on that damn clock.
If that, it might be 30.
Hyper gonna give you about 5 or 6 seconds, and then that's gonna be the end of it.
But keep going forward, and we're gonna stay on this. The train, Alabama. Alabama versus Texas A&M. Are you lighting a fire?
No, I'm lighting a candle, man.
Oh, okay.
I'm setting the mood, brother.
Tragic, but
setting the mood, brother.
Alabama. A lot of people was already jumping down, Milroy's throat for how he played tonight. I was like, God,
he was filling in for the night.
I mean, he had 3 turnovers in one quarter. I mean,
I'm trying to figure out what they expected.
Yeah,
he was a runner. That's all he is. He's a runner.
Yeah, but
he just ain't a runner now. Go check his high school tape. Just that when you that type of athlete, when you 6'2", 220 and run a 4.4, I'm taking off too.
Yeah, I mean, he was putting the ball there when it needed to be. But I just think it was the consistency was the problem. There was nothing for them. I think the defense, I think Durkin did a pretty good job for what he had. I think he did a couple of good adjustments. No. Alabama scored 7 points in the second half? That's it.
I mean, he might have adjusted, but he was terrible.
I mean, he was a dumb stuff, but he stopped doing that dumb stuff in the second half. That's all.
He was, and look, I hope for the life of y'all, the Alabama fans, I pray for God that y'all get a coordinator that y'all like.
They ain't gonna like nobody.
They ain't gonna like nobody.
They ain't gonna like nobody. They ain't gonna like nobody, bro.
This man had to take a guy that was a Heisman Trophy winner.
They ain't gonna like nobody, no.
A Heisman Trophy winner, right? Bryce put the offense on his back. Bryce is the man. Slaying all over the place, making passes can't nobody else make. to basically 1 week having to switch a whole offense and doing this and doing that and trying to stay within certain games, y'all just gonna hate that man until he leave. I ain't saying he perfect, but y'all gonna hate that man until he leave, bro. Like y'all just gonna hate him until he leave. I know. I'm just like, well, who? If y'all can have somebody, who would you want?
I mean,
Sark.
Really?
What'd you say?
Look,
you said Sark.
Sorry. Okay, so yeah, I mean,
I was gonna pivot past Bama and ask Dave a question.
And then
what happened in Montgomery? What was your opinion, Dave?
It didn't get as bad as I thought it would get.
Well, since we heard both sides, now we've heard both sides. We've heard Eddie's side.
I think y'all talking about two different things.
Well, you talking about the debacle?
Yeah, I'm saying y'all talking about two different things. Yeah.
What the debacle at
midfield? I mean, I don't know, man. I'm kind of torn on. I feel what Eddie's saying. I mean, I really do.
I really do.
Like I really feel because you've been one upping me, or you've been trying to show up my program up all week. So I really feel what you're saying. I mean, I really am. I come to this game with some hostility, but then when I get to midfield at pregame, more and more, but I'm wondering, like, is it just like are we just put on a show and we're gonna come to midfield and say, okay,
right?
But before game,
when Eddie came with the facts, that's when I was just like, okay,
now I'm like,
took the long way around for the warm ups. He
came to the.
We already knew what happened during the week, and I'm like,
well.
If it's true, if it's true what Eddie, and we met Eddie. Go check out that interview with Eddie Robinson. Go check out that Eddie Robinson interview we did earlier on the year at Swag Media Days on our YouTube channel. If y'all want to check out, because we know us and Eddie like this now. But anyway, if he's telling the truth of what happened, I would kind of feel some kind of way. I
want to hug him either.
I will look at him too, kind of like.
Well, let's just hear what was said if we can.
Play both.
Well, I guess me being up front is just like I thought it was a lot of disrespect the whole week, and so you're not going to be disrespectful the whole week in the media. We didn't talk in the pregame. I was out there the whole time at the 50-yard line. He walked through our whole our whole huddle on our end zone, and came a long way around and get to his side of the field in the pregame. Thought that wasn't classy at all, and so. In the post game, I'm not about to give you the Obama bro hug. I'm gonna shake your hand. I'm gonna go on. I'm gonna always be respectful and respect the game. You got the great guys, W.C. Gordons, Eddie G. Robinsons, those guys, Marino Chasm. I'm living on the shoulders of the SWAC. He ain't SWAC. I'm SWAC. He ain't SWAC. So he's in the conference and doing a great job. Can't knock that. Got a great team. Son should be up for the Heisman Trophy winner. I love Shador. Great player. I love what he's doing for the conference. Probably one of the best things we had since that Steve McNair when he was in there. Love all that, but you're not going to come here and disrespect me and my team and my school and then want to bro hug me. Shake my hand and get the hell on. Period. You got the W. Great job. I hope he comes back next year. I pray he don't get a Power 5 job so we can play them next year in Jackson, and I pray they put us for their damn homecoming.
Coach, would you describe it? Were you just trying to pull away from his handshake there?
Yeah, I was just pulling away. I mean, we handshaked and that was it. I mean, it ain't no need for no embrace. We ain't friends. He ain't never called me. I ain't never called him. Great player. Everybody wanted to goddamn be prime time as a little kid. All right, great player, all of that. Played against him, got tons of respect for the guy. Doing a great job as a coach, but you can't do all that stuff all week, and then you come back, put your backup quarterback, and you want to run a hitch and go to try to put more points on the board. Shit's disrespectful. Game was out of line. It was 26-12. 40 seconds left. We had no timeouts. Take a damn knee. You want to try to run a hitch and go. So we started blitzing. We're going to knock him out the game, too. So that's how we got to play it. I mean, it ain't no quarters given. So you want to do that, don't come with me and try to bro hug me like we're friends. We ain't friends. You didn't shake my hand before the game. Why you shaking my hand after the game? Period. That's it.
Oh, that.
He said, period. Hey, that ended part of like, you can shake my hand before the game, don't shake my hand after, period.
Bruh, I don't see nothing wrong with that.
I don't see nothing wrong with it.
We know how Prime is, man. Y'all know how this man is. This man did, he probably did all, allegedly, he probably did all that and then gonna come and then try to shake my hand, and then you're up 26.
But the
you try to do a hitch and go. You try to do a hitch and go, not take a knee.
Eddie was okay with the handshake, but don't try to embrace me. Don't try to give me the dab.
He's not okay. He wasn't okay with the handshake. That was political. He wasn't okay with the hand. He didn't want to do that.
If y'all would like to see the rest of this, please, you can go to our YouTube channel. We have uploaded that also with the actual I don't want to call it confrontation, right? With post-game handshake at midfield, and a little bit of what Prime had to respond. It's right there on our YouTube channel if y'all want to see the rest of that, please. But go ahead with your point, sir. Just wanted to make sure.
Like I said, you did a hit. You tried to do a hitch and go, and said they was like, "All right, bet you ain't gonna try to call no time. You ain't gonna try to take a knee. Bet I'm gonna try to knock the other quarterback out." It was bull crap. It was a little bush league, and he called him out on it. And Prime,
I think that.
And once y'all go check out Prime's response, Prime really didn't have a response on what's going on. He just said, "I am the swag," and he brought
Yeah, Prime did say I am the swag, right?
That was his whole response.
He said, I am swag. He said, I am swag.
Yeah, I am swag.
But he picked about the rest of it. Mm-hmm.
I mean, Dave, what's your feeling about that? And then we can move back.
Man, I don't know where it's going. You know, we talked before. It's so much of a love-hate relationship with Prime Time. It's like he can do so much good, but then in other eyes, he can do so much bad. And I don't know where the median is with that. I get what Eddie is saying, and I totally agree with him. But Prime did come down there with a mission to, he was playing with the scoreboard. It's Bush League. I get it. Yeah, I do. But we 100. Everybody ain't in Prime corner. Let's just be 100%.
Yeah,
we
folks out here that absolutely hate Prime. Absolutely hate Prime.
Yeah, so, we've been saying it. Like there's a lot of people that's in Sweat that do not care for him.
When you say,
like you said, it was like those are those old school members that have been in the SWAC for years and years and years, and they looking at him like now the light is on them, but they like, hey man, he ain't putting the work.
But right now, will the SWAC commissioner sanction him for the statements?
No,
I doubt it.
I doubt it, but I mean, we will be tuned in to the the media. To the coaches conference on Monday.
Monday will be a big day.
Monday morning, we will be tuned in, and we will post both their comments to the YouTube page as soon as the conference is over with. So
you know what, though, Williams, meet Eddie, Coach Robinson should say. Meet Coach Robinson. I'm gonna be on his side, bro. I mean, because he didn't never give me that vibe like he was. He just always seemed like he was just a straight up and down dude. Yeah. You know, I haven't had the privilege to meet Coach Prime, but man, I hate it happen, but you know, it was ill.
I think when Eddie explained himself and he said why he was the way that he was, to me that was good enough. When he explained all the little small things, I mean, we all knew about when Dion was like, hey, you know, why would y'all pick us on homecoming when y'all, you know, we all knew about that. But even the little intricacies of the game, the things that happened during the game, I mean, I'm sorry. On this one, I can't side with Prime.
And to me right now, it's not even about a Prime versus Eddie kind of thing. This is my personality. This is how I handle business.
Right.
And this is what I do. Coach Robinson, I mean, it ain't like he's just a coach. I mean, we talking about a 10-year NFL vet, a former SWAC defensive player of the year from Alabama State. So when he's saying all this stuff, he is a true SWAC. His heritage, that's everything in him. Right. And that's what he's basically saying. It's like, no, like, you ain't SWAC, I'm SWAC. Basically saying like you might be in the culture now, but this is who I am. He's just stating who he is. And that's just, to me, when we talk to Coach Robinson, that's the vibe, that's everything we get from him. It's like, hey, yeah, man, I'm gonna talk to you. I'm gonna have a conversation with you. But he just has real good, serious, not military like, but I mean, could be like, like, hey, I'm just talking about business right now. And he one of them people, one of them guys you don't want to cross. If he feel like you crossed him, he gonna let you. He gonna let you know.
He gonna let you know
whether you like it, whether you like it or not. I think it's a clash of personalities.
Coming from a former player, I mean, I can't help but understand that. Like, hey, I mean, I may not be what you were when you achieved, but I still played 10 plus years in the league. I was still what I was in the swag. So I can understand him saying the 10 toes. I can understand that.
I think it's a personality clash.
This man, I don't care. Prime could say that they had 9 in the box. They were still winning. You can put nail the ball. You had your backup quarterback in. Nail the ball.
Why is you doing the issue though?
Why are you trying to go for a hit? Why are you trying to go in the end zone? Come on, Prime. Ain't nobody finna fall for that. Nah, man. Come on now. You know you trying to score because what they did to you when they put you on that scoreboard and you were trying to get some payback. Let's be real. Keep it a buck. That's what you wanted to do. You wanted to light up the scoreboard. You said the whole
talk to him, Tug.
You said the whole week it was a money game, right? Okay, it's a money game.
This dude like he about to go to the club. Like he got some money in the club. He got a VIP section in the club.
At least he took the Aaliyah do-rag off.
Yeah, now he look like Al B. Sure. He in the club chilling. He ready. He got money. Like y'all come see me. Y'all come holler at me. Y'all talk to me.
This man called this man Al B. Sure.
I'm saying he got the shades on, got the little curls up top, like he ready. He finna get it.
This man called you Al B. Sure. You just
what's wrong with being Al B. Sure?
Ain't no wrong with Al B. I'm light skinned.
I'm just and that was the whole point. Trump trying to act like I called you like Kodak Black or something.
Right now.
He's a gremlin.
Shut up, Tuck. Shut up. Because you back on the story. That nigga Tuck probably got a back at the story. He was on 25th in St. Nick. And I seen him.
Okay, let's talk about UCLA.
Yeah. Chill.
With the deal.
Hey, I'm a man of my word. I give credit where credit is due. They ran the ball down Utah's throat. Zach Carbonet had Zach Carbonet, I think it's like how you say his name, remember 200 yards. Yeah, because he was there last year. He was a good back for them last year, man.
Transfer from Michigan.
Yeah, and DTR, man, basically another 300 yard 4 TD performance. Only missed 5 passes, 18 and 23. Man, UCLA got a nice little squad out there, man. I'm a little disappointed in my boys Utah. I'm disappointed in them, but hey, same time, can't hate on UCLA what they doing and how they doing it. And all that kind of stuff like that. But, that's just what it is when it comes to that type of game. I guess
Notre Dame.
I guess it took 6 years for DTR to, get it.
He's been there for a while.
I mean...
He is a student, doctoral student.
Yeah, he is a doctoral student.
Oh,
being scheduled for homecoming back to back in Alabama is crazy. It is.
It is one of the biggest Bama fans we know. Ant don't give no credit to nobody. So
that's from the gump too, though. So
salute Ant.
Let me tell you something. After it goes Prime would have been better off just saying something about Tulane Court.
But at the same time, you got to understand the background of the scheduling.
Right.
It wasn't like they just said we got Jackson State and we just gonna boom. It's like,
but they had a choice,
dude. If I got a choice to sell out my homecoming stadium and make me money, who I'm choosing? Jackson State or I'm choosing Vanderbilt?
I get that.
Because Mississippi Valley State is like choosing Vanderbilt.
I get that, but
what?
But you chose the team that was gonna come through there and whoop your
ass. They had no other option.
It's only 2 home games in October.
Right. They had no other option. It'd be different. Like he said, it'd be different if they had one more home game in October.
But like Prime said, homecoming people's gonna come regardless.
Not if it's Mississippi Valley State.
They was coming regardless of homecoming.
No, dog.
Bro, if that game, let me tell you something about this. Let me tell you something. If that would have been Mississippi Valley State, that game, everybody would have been packed all the way up till halftime, and then everybody leaves.
You don't care about the halftime piece. You worrying about if you're gonna buy the tickets or not.
But it's more than just buying a ticket.
That's what Prime is
trying to people gonna
stop.
be for the fun fair and all that.
And that's what Prime is trying to stop. He's trying to stop people from just staying for the halftime. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to get them to do more than just be the halftime be showtime type deal. You need to. He's trying to show some good football. And like I said, you need rivalries, right?
Hey, you want to be mad about being somebody homecoming within conference, and we talking about how the SWAC is. I mean, Dave, who was y'all homecoming opponent?
Bethune-Cookman.
Bethune-Cookman, and they are a what? They are a SWAC team. Am I correct?
They're a SWAC team. They're a SWAC team. I think it's Bethune. I think Bethune on the outside too, right?
I think so. But I'm saying it's not like they have. When we talked about it before, the FCS and the HBCUs and the SWAC, their out of conference games are not like cupcakes within a run over. A lot of them are quote unquote money games or things of that nature. So it ain't like you got like a lot of choices to choose from. But I understand. I think Dion was meaning it more in a joking kind of way, and I think it kind of like took off like boom, like there we go. But it's like, bro, they got the Classic this month. It's either Jackson State or Mississippi Valley State. I'm gonna go and tell you now. If I'm a businessman, if I'm the athletic director, if I'm anybody involved, give me Jackson State.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, the largest homecoming that we've had in the history of Alabama University was in 1998. It was Southern University.
Y'all got
was the largest one
on the homecoming.
Yeah, we had Southern. That was the first year that I'm trying to think. Is that the first year we played Southern? I don't know if it's the first year we played them. Well, it was the first year we played them that we was in the SWAC. We went to the SWAC officially in 1998. 97 was more of a trial year. 98 was kind of like in there with a whole SWAC schedule. So yeah. Southern came. Southern came in 1998. I still remember that. That still is the largest attended game in Louis Cruz Stadium, which was roughly around 27,000. The second largest was Jackson State, which was last year. So
get the money in. The financial model is not the same.
Nah, it's not. And so I understand what you're saying, being about, hey, homecoming is homecoming. No matter who you play, you still gonna get your crowd. Well, the thing is that getting a team that's gonna travel plus the extras. You're gonna when you're playing somebody that's notable, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna get those extras that probably wouldn't come if you were paying Texas Southern or Valley. Yeah. And then you have a crowd that's gonna travel. So
because they were deep up in there.
I mean, at the end of the day, you ain't gonna beat Jackson State whether you play on homecoming, first game of the year, last game of the year. The outcome's gonna be the same. So you might well get the money. That's all I'm saying. So,
get the money out of it.
I mean, that's the moral of the story.
Oh, so get the money. Question is, where we at with Clemson? Since we're going, where are we at with Clemson?
They are a playoff team.
Oh,
are they really a playoff team? Or just because
they? Well, the break. Look.
Well, I'm asking. You know what I mean? I'm talking about caliber.
No, I'm saying you break down their schedule. They got FSU next week. They've already played Wake. They've already played NC State. They've won both of those games. FSU just lost to NC State. So if they win or lose next week, it really doesn't matter. They're not going to lose to Syracuse.
Oh,
I don't know. Ain't Syracuse undefeated?
Ain't Clemson on the road?
They ain't going to lose Syracuse.
In the carry though?
Why not? And it ain't like the offense is clicking on all cylinders.
They're not going to go through this gauntlet and then drop the ball to.
They did it when Kelly Bryant was there.
He was hurt. He got hurt in that game. Don't disregard that. He didn't play the whole game. Come on now.
So what you saying? What you saying is being
it's the reason why you play games, brother. That's all I'm saying.
So basically, you saying is that you feel like a one-loss Clemson will still get to the playoff.
No, I'm saying they're going to go undefeated at this point.
You think an undefeated Clemson should jump in over undefeated USC?
I think they both get in.
They both can get in. So then you're gonna go Clemson, USC, Georgia, and Bama. Or what you want to take out? If you want to take out Georgia and Bama, whichever one.
Oh, you ain't. So what about TCU?
Ohio State.
Well, TCU goes undefeated.
TCU, they still won't get in. You're gonna get some. If it's USC, you'll get them. You'll get Ohio State. You'll get Clemson, and you'll get the SEC champ.
Exactly.
So you mean tell me TCU has a?
I'm not arguing who's the best team. I'm not. I'm just telling you who's gonna get in
over a one-loss Clemson. Or
TCU's undefeated though. TCU's undefeated.
Okay, so if you say everything is equal, TCU's not getting in over undefeated Clemson.
Why?
Why TCU?
Because Clemson would have beaten Wake Forest, it would have beaten NC State, and it would have beaten FSU. Wake Forest and NC State both was ranked.
Okay, okay. Florida State. How many losses?
We will leave us out.
No, you just said your name. You got to bring it in now. You just said y'all name. You have to bring Florida State in now.
But I'm saying we're not going to be ranked next week.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to get you to understand. You brought Florida State into the equation, so we can't bring them in. You're going to leave them out. Leave them out.
Oklahoma keep losing, so you can't count that. You can't count
Kansas, right?
You win versus Oklahoma.
You can count Kansas, right? You can count Texas, right?
I mean, Tuck, you make all the sense in the world for the first time ever on this show. You make all the sense in the world. But we have sat here and watched a one-loss Baylor not get there.
Okay.
Right.
You have to be an undefeated Big 12 team.
Undefeated, and they still didn't get in.
Yeah, you have to be an undefeated Big 12 team named Texas or Oklahoma.
Okay, but look, this is what I'm saying. If you got an undefeated Oklahoma State again, and TCU beats an undefeated Oklahoma State,
okay,
you make sense.
There's no way.
You make sense.
There's no way you leave them out.
But versus what? Undefeated Clemson?
Yes.
They're not gonna do it.
Comparable schedules?
They're not gonna do it.
So you're right. You are actually right.
You're right, but they're not gonna do it.
You're right, but it ain't gonna happen.
They ain't gonna happen. They will pull the trigger on the undefeated Clemson over undefeated TCU.
Bro, this is the same system that
because they're gonna sprinkle it as Oklahoma was down this year.
Bro, this is the same system that made us watch the same game twice.
They did 2 years in a row. They did 2 years in a row.
So that's what I was saying. Talk about we don't matter. Wake and NC State was the prohibited favorites besides Clemson to win the conference. If you're Clemson and you beat both of those teams, sprinkled in with FSU, sprinkled in with Miami, they're going to take Clemson, undefeated Clemson, over TCU.
Who would Clemson play if Oklahoma State runs the table? They're undefeated. If TCU runs the table, they're undefeated.
But they got to play each other.
Who does Clemson play in that ACC championship?
That's the point. That's the point you're missing. Clemson will not have to play a undefeated team in the ACC championship.
But that's what I'm saying. This is the time I'm saying TCU will have to play Oklahoma State in a Big 12 championship game if Oklahoma State runs the table and they're undefeated. That's a top.
I got to answer. Today. They don't give a shit about the conference championship.
And it's been proven.
Well, this is a little bit different now. I believe that because the SEC is not that strong this year. They will not.
No. Hell no. He ain't gonna get it with hell no.
No, SEC will not get 2 teams in this year.
No. It's blasphemy. You would not say on this show that the SEC is not that strong.
Look, LSU shouldn't have not been ranked. I said that last week.
You know that, but they were just ranked last week.
They shouldn't have been. But they
were.
But again, that has nothing to do with TCU. I'm talking about TCU right now.
You're
right. TCU. If TCU play, that's a top 5 game. I'm sorry, that is a semifinal to get in.
Can I put your mind at ease? Can I put your mind at ease?
They don't respect the Big 12 like that.
They won't get in.
They don't. They shouldn't. They should respect the ACC like that. If they gonna put it up to the ACC,
they don't. They respect Clemson.
That's it. Right there.
I don't see how they respect Clemson. I mean, really, to be honest with you, that's why they haven't moved up. They haven't moved. The only two teams that moved to the top 10 was Georgia and Alabama.
I mean, how long have we been doing this college football playoffs? How many years?
Exactly.
Too long.
They respect Clemson.
And how many years has Clemson been there?
Because they've been, but see, okay.
Because what? Go ahead, say because
that's it.
Because in Clemson's defense, they've been the undefeated team. They haven't lost a game and still made the playoff, have they?
That's what Ben is saying.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think they're gonna lose.
But that's what I'm saying. But they haven't played anybody. But now you have something to compare it to.
The whole point of this argument was you said a undefeated Clemson versus
should not get in over an undefeated TCU.
And now undefeated Clemson will get in over undefeated TCU.
It shouldn't. And that's what I'm saying. They shouldn't.
Dave's point is they respect two
one loss Clemson's not getting in over TCU.
They respect two people in the ACC. Well, three. But they can't get their act together. Clemson, FSU, and Miami. If any one of them go undefeated,
how would they respect Miami if Miami have never won the ACC?
I just said if they get that, did I get a caveat? I said they get their act together. They don't.
When the last time Florida State won the ACC?
And we won back to back 13-14, and we went. And Clemson has gone every year since. That they was undefeated.
Like I said, TCU. Like I said.
We done with this hypothetical playoff talk right now.
I mean, you know.
Yeah, we almost there. We almost at week 8. We almost there.
I mean, I'm just saying, Williams. I hear what Tuck is. I hear what Tuck's saying. And I really agree with Tuck. But what Tuck is not really digesting is that sometimes it's the same reason that Notre Dame went to the playoffs and other teams didn't. Is why TCU won.
Exactly.
And Renard, I yield my time to you.
No, it ain't about it.
Before you go, Renard, I'm gonna say one last point. Oklahoma has multiple losses, and Texas does too.
And Florida State does too.
We not in the equation, bro.
What does Oklahoma and Texas have to do with this right now?
What it has to do with it is because Tuck is trying to argue the point that TCU can possibly beat both, whereas Clemson's will go undefeated against Wake and NC State. We are not in the equation.
But they won't have an undefeated team. They would not have an undefeated team.
I'm gonna say I really think there's a lot of goddamn assumptions going on in these arguments right now.
Got to.
I mean, it's a lot of assumptions.
Is it assumptions or is it proven facts?
No, it's assumptions.
No, is it proven facts or assumptions? You say
I just said assumptions.
You're saying it's assumptions, but we have seen Clemson make it.
Yeah, but also
multiple years.
But what you're missing is yes, you seeing the end line, but you ain't saying but nothing about A, B, C, D, E that happened before you got to Z. Right now, we in the A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
They have already beat NC State and they've already beat
When has Clemson got in and it was a doubt that Clemson was going to get in?
I mean, we are just now at a halfway point. We shouldn't even be arguing or even talking about playoffs right now because Clemson can leave next week. And first of all, you talk about playoffs, you're talking about polls. Let's think about this. We just said last week on the last show, it's the most parity you didn't had in this sport in a long time. So it's like, of course, the polls are going to be continually fluctuating. Nobody cares. Nobody gives a flip because guess what? Who was number 13 tonight? Kentucky.
Yeah.
Did Kentucky not lose? I know they didn't have Will Levis, but guess what?
They just lost South Carolina. Yeah.
They just lost. They just lost. I mean,
who took South Carolina?
That was Sean.
Sean.
He bet somebody on that.
Yeah, because he must know Will Levis wasn't gonna play. He must have called up the damn Lexington and figured out like, hey, Levis ain't playing. Yeah, I bet all y'all there South Carolina win.
Because Spencer Rattler still looks like crap.
I mean, just really, truth be told, it's like, I mean, what are we looking at? I'm look. What about Michigan? What are your thoughts on Michigan again?
We forgot about them. Somebody's gonna get left out. That's what
I'm on the same train. They're gonna be
I can bet you that Ben them probably thinking he gonna say Michigan and Ohio State gonna cancel each other out.
Right?
They will.
So who gonna cancel out Clemson? Nobody.
I mean, Clemson is in a seat right now.
They in
a seat where they like it's you know what they are right now. They the side dude sitting there waiting on the guy to mess up. They in perfect position.
They're waiting.
If they win next week, ain't nobody else beating them.
It's too much.
That's the end of the gauntlet. Ain't nobody else beating them.
I mean, you do have a Syracuse team that's dangerous, but
only they can't be Thursday or Friday night.
Do not
Friday
sleep on
night.
Syracuse, man. Do not sleep on Syracuse.
But honestly, I do not like this Clemson team.
I don't either.
That's what I'm saying. Clemson has not showed me something to be like, they're the dominant team.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't have Florida State losing these 3 games, Wake Forest, NC State, and Clemson. I think and this was the one that I thought that they can get tonight.
I'm saying we blew tonight, Dave. We blew it. This was the one.
We do have Clemson at home. I'm not big and impressive on Clemson like I have been in the past, but to your point, I still think it's a 4-conference race. It was a 3-conference race, but now that you have something going on in the Pac-12 and Oklahoma and Texas is down, I think you're now in the 4-conference race. So we're gonna see.
Here's another key word since we shifting focus just a little bit. Anybody got any guesses what this means?
Absolutely, I don't. We talking about Brian Harsin?
Ding, 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 ding. You want your $5 back. It is the countdown to we are now officially in bye week. We are officially in bye week.
Are we talking about, is it by BYE or BUY?
Both.
Boy, I'm hot tonight, ain't it?
Also, let me tell you when you know it's bad. Of course, there'll be things on this show that we will never say out loud. Look who being messy took.
Look, let me tell you something. I'm gonna be very quick. I'm gonna be very not in depth with this. Harsin wasn't given a fair shake, but
Barker's not a power broker, bro. He's not.
Barker's not the power broker, unfortunately.
Barker just likes to talk. Like to hear himself talk.
He's just going. I mean, he's basketball. So
he gives his basketball money.
Yeah, he gives basketball. But Brian Harsin wasn't given a fair shake. With all that stuff that happened during the, stuff in the end of the year last year. If Bo Nix is healthy, he probably wins 2 out of 3 of those games. But you never know. But all I'm gonna say is, Harsin, you tried. Your offensive line was crappy. Couldn't do nothing about it. It's been real. Boise is real pretty this time of year. I heard,
Colorado is too.
Yeah, Colorado is too. So is Arizona. I did.
Colorado, let's try Colorado.
Yeah, and then like I said, Adidas ties, but you never know. I mean, Harsin, you act like you didn't want with the 4th down play. You didn't want to get. You act like you wanted to get. You wanted to get the hell on out of here.
Well, he want that 15.9 right now.
Now
he's saying, look, man,
I
can still get 1, 2, 3 Cancun. It's still for me to get Cancun right now.
Look,
give me my money.
He's going to probably settle for the. For to save face, he's probably going to settle for the 12 or 13 and get on. He's going to get out of Dodge, bro. I mean, they're going to find because the blowout today did not help. I said the only way people will keep on giving him time if it keeps it close.
It wasn't the time. Look, man. Look, see, I'm in an honest ass mood tonight. I ain't gonna say nothing to kill nobody's source. The time was done last November.
Well, I'm talking about to the end of this.
Oh, you talking about to the end of it?
This
the time
year.
was done. The time was
done. If it would have been close, they would have kept going and be like, okay, maybe something would happen miraculously.
this is something to, and me and Dave have talked about this off air. It's so many layers to this. It's not just about y'all know Auburn. No, bro, like y'all don't. I can't even explain to y'all because I ain't finna say nothing crazy.
Oh well, yeah.
It can't explain to you like what it is, but like it's almost like you walking in there and your manager don't like you, but the previous manager left you with some shitty staff members.
Yeah,
and you got to coach up those shitty staff members, and then you supposed to be bringing in new staff members in too, while you got a boss high up trying to take your back out. Like it's some of those rumors y'all hear, some of the rumors they like 50-50, bro.
Yeah,
it
just depends on the mood of the day. Look, Hugh Freeze would not come to the SEC, and that's an SEC thing. It's nothing to have to do with Auburn.
For how long?
That's cleared.
No, that's cleared, but
for how long?
It's personal beef between
he's cleared,
the commissioner and Freeze.
And I don't want Freeze.
They're not going to get Freeze. I mean, unfortunately. But here's the thing. Once an AD is hired, Auburn still does not have an athletic director. And everything points to it's going to be
Hartwell.
Yeah, it's going to be Hartwell from Nevada, University of Nevada. And
no, Utah State.
I'm sorry, Utah State. I don't know why I keep getting them mixed up. They kind of look alike. But anyway, Utah State. So if you get Utah State, if you get the Utah State guy, then he's gonna make a choice. More likely, if they're gonna get it's gonna go twofold. More likely, I'm being realistic. I have a board. It ain't gonna mean shit, but I'm
so tired of you and this damn board.
I know the board don't mean nothing. More likely, it's an 85% chance it's gonna be Jeff Grimes out of Baylor.
I'm not gonna say nothing else out loud.
That's probably who it's gonna be.
Yeah, we're gonna move on from this. We can move
on. Hey man,
I
got before we move on, I just got something. Can I play something off my phone real quick?
Go right ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Please play something.
It might be 15 seconds, it might be 17. But I just got to play this.
Please do.
I'm gonna take my
I ain't worried about the copyright.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You can't. Can you hear me on this? You can hear me?
Yeah.
I got to tell you.
We had a meeting. They coach. Things are not going well. Joe Rachel, I was going to say that, brother. Just next. Well, I got to tell you this.
No.
What
happened?
$1 million on your contract. We're going to give it to you.
That's not what he's talking about.
I know.
I said, what time do you want me to leave? What time do you want me to leave?
We need to kill closed captions with that.
Hey, Coach O been in the game so long, he was ready to go. He was like, I got my let me go.
So Omar said, you guys seriously throw in the hat? Seriously? Yes, it's a wrap. It's not us throwing in the hat. It's the boosters. It's the administration. You got to understand, guys.
He said, what names would you throw in the hat?
Yeah.
Seriously. He basically asking what serious names.
I like Grimes. I mean, Grimes is going to be one. I would, Kiffin is waiting on Nick Saban to retire. I'm just going to be real with that.
What do you think about if what's Baylor's old coach name that coaches Carolina Panthers right now?
Matt Rule.
Matt Rule.
Hell no.
Yeah, you know what? His name been thrown out a lot, and then there's some other background things.
No.
I think Matt Rule from a coaching, now I don't know about that, from an X's O standpoint, I think he'd be good. I also would like the guy that's over at Arizona at the Cardinals, the young guy.
Cliff Kingsbury could probably he probably could come back to college football, but he wasn't good in college football. That's the problem. He wasn't good.
You also got to look at it like,
is there an Auburn guy that y'all like?
No.
But it's not. I mean, when you say Auburn guy, what you mean? Like
connected to the program?
Connected to the program that's maybe in the NFL or coaching.
The only person who has connections and that's doing a decent job is Jeff Grimes. If Jeff Grimes used to be with Auburn's offensive line from 2010 or 2011, from 2011 on up, That's what Auburn offensive lines were.
He's Baylor OC right now, and also I hate saying all this stuff. Some of the stuff I mean, okay, but some of the names that would come staff wise because of his connections would move them back where they need to be. But the biggest thing, besides just the coaching X and O's, the biggest thing is that the powers to be will be on the same page with him.
And
that's what made me ask the question. That's what made me ask.
Yeah, because that
them old bastards be happy.
Because here's the thing, off the top. I mean, because off the top with Jeff Grimes, off the top, I can already see who his offensive line coach is going to be. I can see who probably his defensive coordinator is going to be. Offensive line coach is going to be Matt Luke. Matt Luke out of Georgia, former Ole Miss head coach. He'll probably be the offensive line coach. And then his defensive coordinator will probably be T-Rob.
So don't say that. Now you just stop.
I'm just saying. I mean, that's what's going to happen. You're going to probably have to keep either Cadillac. You gotta keep Cadillac, or you gotta keep Evans. You gotta keep one of them. You can't lose both of them. They're the only ones who's recruiting. and it shows.
Like I said, moving on. There's a whole when this officially goes down, we will talk more about what's real and what's fake, okay? But not right now.
When it officially goes.
It's coming.
It's coming. No, that's what I'm saying. That's wrong. That's what's wrong with y'all, man. Y'all be wanting to throw these names out, man. Forget a name. Let me tell you something. It's the same folks. Some of y'all want to win the press conference. I want to win the games.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. But
I don't care. I don't care if his name is Billy Bob Warren or Billy Bob Joe. I don't care. Just.
But Omar brought up a good name, D'Amico Ryans. It'll never happen. He's a great coach, awesome coach. It'll never happen. Damon Craig.
But some
hell no. It would never happen.
But you know what? That scenario right there about an Auburn guy. It ain't about an Auburn guy.
It's gonna have to be.
When I say no, I'm talking about like a real like Auburn guy. That ain't where we at right now. That ain't it. Now, I mean, not whole staff wise or whatever, but like I said, once it's happened, once it's done, once the check is written, which they're already written, they're just waiting for me to. Okay, the check's been written a long time ago. The money has been collected. The money has been done. All this is done, man. Look, when all the beat writers start talking about it publicly, which they all are now, it's a done. It's been done. But they now are talking about it publicly, and not just in little groups. Some of the groups that we're part of, some of the groups I know personally, like we know more than what we say because
we're not gonna throw any names out there, but I mean, like Omar, you're right. We gotta reach for the stars, but
you gotta land on the moon
right now, the home run hire, in my opinion, would be Lane Kiffin, but he's not gonna come.
I don't want that.
He's not leaving Ole Miss.
He'll leave Ole Miss to go to Auburn.
He will. He would leave.
He would leave,
bro. It's been since I'm telling you, since the job it's been documented.
It's been documented he would leave.
The text messages have been documented. However, it's a whole other thing to that. It's a whole other thing to that. He's waiting. He's looking for something else. I'm telling you,
waiting for Nick. That's the only thing. He's just waiting on Nick.
Look. Let me. We ain't going no more deep with that stuff because I'm telling y'all, man, it's crazier than what y'all think it is. It really is. But moving back, we ain't saying nothing about Ohio State. We really ain't talked about this Bama. We ain't really talked about this Bama Texas A&M game. Say what now?
What everybody ass? What talk about?
Hey, I'm just saying.
Did they play Penn State? Did they play Penn State this year?
Research department.
The Penn State and Ohio State. They in the same division, ain't they?
Yeah, they played each other this year.
Okay.
Yeah. I give you the date. Hold on. I give you the date.
That's a de facto problem.
I want to hear from people in here talking about more. Let's just keep it real, man. I want to know more about. Look, there's no reason talking about the Auburn Georgia game.
Hell no.
There's no real reason. You know what I'm saying? Like we are not.
They play the weekend of Halloween, October the 29th.
Oh, they play classic weekend. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk some more about this Bama Texas A&M game. How y'all felt about the game? All biases aside, just the game in general. How do you feel about it? And how do you feel about it going into Heisman Hooker or whatever you want to say about it next week? It's going to be in Knoxville.
I said we know we're gonna get Bryce, but it's like
what we got? What is this? No, not you, Ben. Not you. I'm talking about this. No, I'm not talking about you. I ain't talking about you. I'm talking about this.
But that boy David Gardner is a fool in them comments.
That David Gardner guy. But
I would say this: Bama secondary. We've been talking about, and I hate to say that because it's like, oh my God, we're gonna talk about Bama secondary. We've been talking about that for years, but against Hooker, it's going to be interesting to see. Can they put up 30?
Number 11.
We know Tennessee gonna put up 30 plus.
What do you mean? If they can put up 30?
He talking about Bama. Or you talking about
I'm
Tennessee?
Talking about Bama.
Oh, wait, what's the name has to play if they put up 30? Bryce.
But is he gonna be good enough to play?
They're gonna have to put up 40.
Tennessee gonna put up 30.
They're gonna put up 40 to beat Tennessee. They're gonna have to put up 40 to beat Tennessee.
I'm gonna leave it on 30. I'm gonna hedge my bet and leave it on 30.
And like I said, when the LSU line came out the last week, I was like, oh, this is way too low. This is way too low. They're gonna beat the brakes off this. If you play Auburn this close, man, please. Anywho, but back to this game. So Texas A&M, okay. Jimbo.
Texas A&M was like watching slow death.
Yes, I know. The thing is, granted, they got so much push. They got so much push against that defensive line, against that offensive line. I mean, Haynes King, he couldn't do nothing for real. I mean, he did what he could. You know, he had to jump up in the air. He had to jump up in the air to see where his passing lanes was. That was amazing. He did a good job of what he had to do. Some of the play calls, like the last play, the last play was terrible.
Bro, that's not even man saying.
I really think the route, that last play was terrible. But overall,
a hitch.
I just don't like I said. I really wish that it was a little bit more. I really wish it wasn't so predictable. Because even Gary, of all people, Gary said they don't need to do a they don't need to do a back shoulder right here because they haven't ran it the whole game. So why do it on the last play of the game? True. They was attacking the middle, and they were doing a great job of attacking the middle. If you go back and look at the play, they did a little bracket on that same side. The middle was wide open again. You have to attack Bama in the middle where the spaces are. I think they missed the opportunity. Another thing, Will, the kicker for Alabama, that kind of shocked me that he missed them 2 field goals. It almost came back and bit him too. I mean, special teams almost hurt him. The 3 turnovers did hurt, but those missed field goals hurt even worse because it left 3 points off the game. Has CBS snatched the game?
Yes,
they have.
CBS.
Yes, they announced that. Yeah, they announced that right after the game. They was like, "Yeah, we'll be in Knoxville next week."
Will said, "King would just throw the ball." Look,
hey, look, he had to, and there was PIs all over the field.
And it was PIs too. He did just throw that shit up.
I mean, look, he was like, "Shit." Muhammad down there somewhere.
And that guy's a future star, bro.
Oh yeah, all day.
Oh yeah,
you can tell who his daddy was.
Yeah, and then Moose, but yeah, you could tell Bama secondary. I mean, their front 7 stepped up though at the end. But at the end of the day, Bama came out on top. You know, they came out. If it wasn't for that first drive in the second half,
I mean, Texas A&M had every opportunity. They got the ball plus territory, only down to. I mean, they had every opportunity to win the game, and they didn't. And it's just like, there's not a hot take. It's just like, bro, you had the ball in prime position to win the game. A lot of teams wish they was in that particular position with a possession to win the game, and you didn't deliver.
That's all well and good. I mean, yeah, that's true. I mean, I agree with you, Ben. I agree with you, too. But at the end of the day, this is probably one of the worst Alabama teams I've seen in a while. I'm just gonna be 100%. Nobody won't see it.
Dave, you on the fence, and you might be right.
This is in a while. I'm just gonna be. This is the most. And when I say worse, I don't mean they're not a great team. They're still a good team, but I'm talking about on the Alabama standard. Right. So I'm still saying this is a 1-loss team, 2-loss.
It's like the youth gonna catch up with them. You feel like the youth gonna catch up with them at some point.
Yeah. I mean, no matter how good your program is, at some point a reset button gonna have to be hit. And I think that with the injuries that they've had, I think Bryce came, and Bryce was young last year, but he came with he had some veteran presence on offense. This year was really his year to be the old head, so to speak, on offense. And then now he has an injury that only time will tell when he'll be ready to come back and sling it around. So, man, if they get, I don't think they're going to get just trampled next week, but I think that Tennessee will. I mean, I know this ain't even the question. Y'all didn't even ask me this, but I think that next week you're going to see the difference to where Alabama and the difference between Tennessee and Alabama is this year. Now, next year could be totally different, but I'm just saying this season, right now, where they are, the roster versus roster, where they are, I just don't see. Bama just don't look good to me on a national championship level, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, I think I was going to say was if you're putting Bama against Ohio State, Georgia, if you put them against them right now, to your point, Dave, I think they'll probably lose both of those games. Right now.
I got to see more.
I gotta see more.
I gotta say more.
It was 0-0 versus Auburn today.
With Georgia, yeah, I got to see more just because of style.
It was.
And what I'm seeing line wise, their line is better than what it was last year.
Yeah, it is
on the offensive line side. And last year they could not really run the ball.
Who are we talking about?
And even if you want to sprinkle USC in this mix, just sprinkle them in there.
I can't sprinkle them in there yet either.
They offensively.
I'm thinking when I think about a team,
I'm thinking offensively.
Yeah, but when I think of team, I think of pure football, just matchups. Okay, I'm putting Tennessee defensive line against Bama offensive line. I'm putting Tennessee linebackers against Gibbs and Rodell and all them boys. And all this type of stuff like that. Not saying like Tennessee's not improved defensively, but even the gaps in the hole that we saw today, some of the ones that LSU took advantage of. So it's like I'm thinking more like the matchup side of what it is. So like Tennessee offense, we love Tennessee offense, we love it. But what happens if
I would agree to that, right?
But what happens if they go fast, they go quick, and they go 3 and out? Something happens, or they might get overpowered. Like it's more about what the matchups is when it comes down to it. When that's what I'm looking at more than anything else for next week. But on the outside with Brew McCoy, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Brew McCoy and old boy Jalen, the wide receiver, the speedster. I'm talking about the speedster from Tennessee. He just pulls off on people.
Yeah.
He just pulls off on people.
But you know what, Williams? I'm gonna say this. Man, I can't believe I'm saying this. I do, but I don't.
It might need to be.
This is probably the first core of Bama running backs that I really don't like. I like
as far as a core.
It's the reason why they went
as far as a core.
Let me back up. Let me pause.
I understand what you're saying.
I'm a homer with Rodell. I love Rodell. I'm a fan of Rodell coming out of Utah High School. Okay, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying Alabama is a tough act to follow year to year to year to year. So when I look at a running back core, I love Gibbs. I can't believe I'm saying this, but that's not fandom. This is just being pure like football. I love Gibbs. The kid is ultra talented. But after Gibbs, I think it's a major drop.
Big drop.
Yeah, it's a big drop. And that's where I'm concerned at.
And I think McClellan doesn't get enough. I don't think McClellan gets enough.
This is why McClellan don't get enough touch. He can't hold the ball. McClellan cannot hold the ball.
Is why they went out and got Gibbs.
Yeah, that's precisely why they got Gibbs.
I mean, because I know McClellan was coming off that, and he was coming off that injury too. So he's coming off.
If McClellan could hold on to the football, he's fumbled in every single game this year. If research department want to look it up, he hasn't lost them, but he's fumbled in every. He's fumbled in every single game. He's fumbled in every single game this year, man. They may say R&D is closed. He's fumbled in every game, and I don't know why Rodell don't get that much clock.
I think I know why. I really do. If you watch like the runs that Gibbs hits, he hits that cutback and he hit that lane and he hit that acceleration and he's gone.
He ain't tipping.
Rodell is a good runner, but I don't know if he has that same acceleration through the whole.
That's so weird to me,
right?
Because and I guess maybe injuries could have played a part of this. Because coming fresh out of high school, of course, he used to kill it. Heartown worked him like a doggone greyhound at the dang on dog track. I mean, it was ridiculous what they did to him. He was hurt his whole freaking senior year. But yeah, I see you don't see that. You don't see that burst. Is what you're saying. Like when he come out of his cut, you don't see it.
Look at Gibbs' vision.
Oh yeah.
His vision and his shape, and he's shifting this with his body and the way he hit that hole.
And he sets people up too. He sets them up perfectly. And I kind of got nervous when his shoulder was hurt. You know, when they took him out, I thought, man,
he'd be laughing on the sideline.
And you know, I was talking to my brother earlier today, and I was like, I forgot who we were talking about. We were talking about running backs, and I said, you know what? A running back, yes, you want them to have speed, but there's so many other things I can get to with a running back before I get to the top end speed. And those other things, it really shows when you get to this next level.
Yep. It does. And it's like that's what you see with Gibbs, man. Like, you know, I knew about the speed. I mean, I watched Gibbs at Georgia Tech, knew a lot about him, but it's his vision.
Right.
And the way he can like maneuver his body.
And he's patient. Oh my God! With zone blocking, with a zone blocking, you have to have patience.
And just the way he does it.
Yeah,
it is poetry in motion. Y'all know I don't care about no Alabama, but listen, it is I love the run. When I tell you, if it's one position, it's two positions in football that I love. It's the linebacker and running back. Right. And when I can see a running back that can be patient and be able to hit it before it happens. That's the thing. You'll be able to see it. They can see it. And when it opens up, you're like, how do you know? He already saw it. And he has that. And it is beautiful. It really is.
GOJ.
What GOJ said? Oh, man, look. Hey, GOJ, me and Nod both combined total.
Leave me out of this.
Look at dog.
Leave me out of this.
Nah, we gonna put it out there.
No, you can't just put on my damn business out there. No. Keep my business out there.
Point, GOJ. I'm with you, brother.
I just say I didn't lose money. It was free play. But I lost what I was supposed to gain.
Look,
okay, fine. Ben will put it out there by now.
If I
lost about $700 because of 3 points. Three. I mean,
$700 6 fucking points.
Let me tell you something. I should have betted my ticket. If I would have betted my ticket how I did tonight, I wouldn't. I've been
we need to get. We got GOJ picks.
You got GOJ's picks.
GOJ, you was the one that we picked. Since you was there Thursday. You were the one that we picked on Thursday, and we got to go back and review your picks, man, and see if you won the money.
I already know. So.
You know, drop the show email in there.
He had to beat us. He had to beat all of us.
But we also said if he got over a certain level.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Well, you didn't beat me though, so that's all about.
Man, you know what, man? I'm looking at. Hey, everybody, go to. You said that clip of Prime and Coach Robinson's on your YouTube page, right?
It is on our YouTube page. Yes.
You gonna say something afterwards?
Man,
I'm gonna share.
How do you think Coach Prime feels? Do you? I mean, let's just really be real. How do you think? Because maybe, just maybe, he feels like what he's doing is. Yeah, but just maybe does he? I mean, just saying, not just this incident, but just let's say as a whole. Do you think he feels attacked? Because just maybe he's doing that. What he's doing being genuine.
I think the way he's acting
because by him responding to all of what Eddie said, and the only thing he picked apart from it was, "I'm not swag."
Well, I ain't talking about just Eddie. I'm talking about from
the whole.
Even if you go back a couple of weeks ago, when Gremlin went down there, and he made the statement that things have to change because you have fans leaving. When you're not winning, the fans leave, this, third, and third. But you have some people say they were leaving because it was extremely hot and they didn't have no water. Yep. But at the same time, I'm watching games all across the country at 11 o'clock and it's packed out. But that's neither here nor there. I digress that point. But what I'm saying is, if I'm Deion Sanders, and I've come here and he's really taken a political stance, is what he's done. And if he's sincere about what he's doing, first of all, no one says it's going to be easy. He always going to catch some flack. But I want to nobody asked the question, like, wonder how he feels about it.
But here's the thing, and this is what I'm going to say about it. I remember we discussed this a couple of weeks ago about how how everything was going about him possibly leaving because things was going on in the administration. Fast forward to today, it didn't get better. You know what I'm saying? It didn't get better, but in my mindset, I think he's calling out every little thing that something happens. If that's how Coach Robinson felt, Deion should have been like, it's not in Deion's character, but Deion should have just been like,
Right. But who knows? Because those press conferences going on possibly at the same time.
Well, he found out what he said though.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, I don't know, but who
he found out he said he wasn't swag. So
right.
He should have he should have just took the higher road and been like, well, not the high, well, just been like, if Coach Robinson feels that way towards me, that's him.
Right. But I take offense in a sense, and I'm trying not to get heated over the subject. Is that when you said I'm swag, he's not swag. Okay. You can go so many different ways. And I understand Eddie Robinson saying, "Okay, I played in the swag and went to a swag."
That's what he's saying.
That's what he's saying.
That's what he's saying. Right. Ain't no ifs, ands, buts about it. That's what
right. That's what he's saying, and I get that. But I'm trying to say that being swag has only gotten us mediocre. Okay, let's just be 100%. And so I'm thinking it from a different angle.
Yeah.
Prime is trying to say that, hey, I've seen better, I know better, you deserve better. And he's getting a lot of kickback from that.
Yes.
And the whole I'm swag, in other words, I live in this neighborhood. You ain't from here.
Right.
So don't be here. But the neighborhood it's really, I never use the word trash. Your neighborhood is not as good as what it should be.
Okay.
And I see this and I recognize this and I'm trying to bring something better, but I keep getting rejected.
Yes. Yeah, most definitely. And that's how he feels. But he's going to only put up with it for so much.
Well, let's say this. Let's bag up for a second. And here's where my frustration comes in. Everybody wants to try to talk about this Prime situation like they know what the hell Prime finna do. And what I mean by that is like, when it comes to this whole situation, I do think it could have been handled better on both sides. I think it caught Prime really off guard to where he feel like, why am I having to defend myself with all this and all that? But Dion also knows that he like Saban. Somebody else say something and it'll go under the radar. But at the same time, this is what happened when you got a film crew 24/7. That's always with you because you want everything recorded. So it's like it's almost like the platform that we're on. We have to understand when we say certain things that we have to be responsible for it. Somebody else can say the same thing in the dark, and if we say it out loud here, we have to be responsible for what we say.
Right.
And if you want to take that responsibility on, then it is what it is. Yeah. But he's not gonna always the way his style, the way he is with some stuff, he's gonna always rub somebody. Hell, he's rubbed people the wrong way his whole life.
Yeah.
Everybody wasn't always just in love with who Deion Sanders was, but Deion Sanders is who he is.
Well, like what that song that say is cool when it's cool when
they do it. The problem when I do it. Yeah. So I try to be so politically correct when it comes to this show, but I'm just gonna be 100. Prime to me, folks think Prime's a sellout. I don't think that. Mm-hmm. I think Prime is somebody that will hold us as a culture accountable. Yeah. And we as a freaking culture do not like accountability.
We do not. I agree.
Especially self-accountability. And when it's somebody that's like you holding your foot to the fire, that hey, you deserve let's think about what he's doing. You deserve more. You should be making more money. This is what you need to do to make more money. Right. And you turn around and say, you ain't sweat.
Mm-hmm. And even at his point, he tried to big him up, but then he was straddling the fence. He's like, I like Shador, he should be up for the Heisman. But then you followed that up with you ain't swag. Like,
yeah, but in the end, I think it's more about that. What you saying, Ben, like he's saying he ain't swag. I think the more it's like about the whole he ain't swag is because of like what the comments that were made in the Monday coaching session. Like that whole thing went viral. Like, oh, you wanna book us for homecoming? We a money game
exactly.
So I think he took that like
because
you punk mother.
In the same breath, we can say the same thing about Hugh Jackson.
But Hugh was quiet though.
But now what I'm saying, but you're not saying that to Hugh though. You know what I'm saying? In the same, this is why I think Robinson's statement of "I'm sweating, you're not." You can't say that.
I think that's emotion.
Yeah, right. It was emotion.
Oh, it definitely was.
That's why you can't say that.
I think that was the best. Because that was the best point. Like you said, it was emotion.
Yeah, because that statement basically implies that you don't belong here.
Thank you.
Right.
Yeah, that's what it hurt.
And we can't say he don't belong because
and you know what, that goes back to my point. You can make that statement when you feel like it's somebody, right? You can make that statement when you feel like somebody's not genuine, like they're not genuinely in this. Eddie Robinson is here for a coaching opportunity. Deion Sanders of prime time is here. Just okay, it's an opportunity I take it, but I'm looking to go.
And that's what Eddie said, and that was and Dave, to your point, that was the key thing that Eddie said. I hope he here next year.
Yeah,
I hope he don't take a power
he threw some slick shots, man.
Like he was like, I hope he's here next year. He, I hope he don't take a power 5 job. That was the main thing that I got out of all of it was like, hey, look, Deion, you doing your thing. Like he said, he complimented him, but he's like, look,
the back end,
gonna be here next year.
Backhand compliments.
Are you gonna be here next year?
And what it is, it's like okay, me, Ben, and Dave and Tuck all work together. We got the same position, but Tuck comes in as this coveted person who's been rich and around the world, and they already know Tuck ain't finna. But they thinking Tuck ain't finna be there, and then it's like this person just continues to blow up. So it's like his issue is not so much with Prime directly.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that we don't want Prime to be gone. Then y'all say F the swag and F everything else from all the other people.
Right, and it's
I think we all been saying right there.
It's so, and I get, and a lot of times, you know, Reno, I told you earlier, I mentioned it all. I'm like, man, bump the Power 5. The SWAC where is at. This where everything gonna be going down at. But man, it makes me, and y'all and some of my close friends know me really well. It hurts me. It really hurts my heart. And I say this because what I see going on there, just in the SWAC with Dion and everybody else, is the same thing that go in our communities every day. It's almost like crabs in a barrel. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, I get it. Whatever you want to think about Dion, I'm gonna take the perception, and I could be totally wrong, and I might be wrong. I probably am wrong, but I'm thinking that he's genuine. So he genuinely came here trying to boost us and put our programs where they need to be. Mm-hmm. But it's our own man that is just attacking him. When I read the stuff on Twitter the other week, man, it really cut into me. I'm like, man, how can you? Why would you even
it's
do a guy like that? You know, it's crazy.
It's the attention, Dave. And what I mean by the attention is like, if you go in like some of the Twitter spaces and you go into different things and you talk to some of these ADs that's been in certain HBCU cultures for 20, 30 years, or you talk to this person that's been trying to promote and do the exact same thing that he's talking about. And that's where a lot of the arguments come from right now. A lot of the arguments come from right now because it's like, hell, I've been trying to get this part over right here. And now y'all, certain people, certain sections of the population come out and it's like, oh, Dion is doing this. No, his voice is just louder.
Mm-hmm. Right.
His voice, and that's what he's saying. That's what Dion is saying. My voice is louder, so let me talk. But the people outside that community are saying like, oh, if Dion is gone and everybody else is gone. No, if you talk to these coaches, you talk to these athletic directors, you talk to these SIDs, to alumni, all that kind of stuff. It's not like they don't want this stuff. Yeah. It's just that now you got somebody with this voice,
loud voice,
right? A loud voice and a great persona, and it's like he's bringing that part to the forefront. And I think the fear and the frustration is like from a lot of people is, you ain't, dog, we was here before you. Mm-hmm. And it's like they trying to make it, and when I say they, it's the people on the outside,
right,
trying to make it seem like, oh, Prime is just using y'all, and once he's done and he goes Power 5, they don't have any facts, because you know what I mean. No. You've heard his name for 3 jobs. Now it's like I can tell you, because dealing with him, man, I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna be 100% honest with y'all, man. And Tuck, no, I ain't lying. These folks are enamored with Dion.
They are,
yeah.
And I'm just like, first of all, y'all can pump y'all brakes about Dion coming down there, but they want that hot name. And then it's like, you got people that have never watched HBCU football before will tell you, was like, oh, look what he's done for this. Well, look what he's done for this. I'm like, shut the hell up.
Because y'all don't know and understand nothing what's going on.
About nothing. Now, if his name was Joe Brown, or if his name was Ben Dennis, or Renard Williams,
they would not look at him.
You know.
You wouldn't care.
You had I told somebody,
same thing.
Yeah, because just like Rick Comedy was, Coach Comedy was down there in Tuskegee, right down the street. Did all that stuff, and you think Arm looked at Comedy for a head coaching position before Toville got there? No.
Oh, look what he's doing with this. He's never failed at a position. He's never done this. Look what he's doing. Look what he did with the culture. Look what he did with this. Why are you trying to tell me about what the culture is?
How you gonna tell me about my culture though?
But you didn't know nothing previous to how many years it is for Dion being?
3.
3? Yeah. You didn't know nothing about it previous to 2019. You never paid any attention to SWAC football, SEAC football, CIAA football, or any other of the HBCU conferences. You have no idea. You don't know that FCS scholarships are only 63. Yeah. Did you know that? Like y'all also like y'all laugh about like, oh, they want to compete with Alabama. Oh, that HBCU ain't ready. Blah blah. This can't do it. They don't have this up front. They only have 63 scholarships, bro. Like it's so many different things, so many different angles to this whole thing that they don't get. But Prime is great for the culture, but the problem is it's the people that try to make him like he is
the culture.
Right. And that's disrespectful to A&M. That's disrespectful to Grambling.
Everybody.
It's disrespectful to everybody by you just trying to say, oh yeah, look at him like they killing everybody in there because he's just way more. I heard today on somebody's show, and then I almost threw something at the TV. Look what he's doing down there. He's just killing everybody. Over talenting everybody. Bruh, he was winning games 1916? He just won today, 24-12.
And then today he won by 2
26-12.
Yeah. I mean, and you know, unfortunately, for those that don't know, you're going to get that because he is a big name. And so he's going to be, because HBCU SWAC football is so, the coverage of it is so minimal to where it takes a primetime Deion Sanders to make it rise. I put it this way. You take Eddie George and put him at Jackson State. Jackson State don't get this pub.
No.
It's no other athlete that could have taken that job and get the kind of pub that he got.
I want to respond to this comment when you get through talking, Dave. Go ahead.
Yeah, but you know, I think I know what Renard is saying. It's like Renard doesn't want the works that be done prior to prime be overlooked because a lot of these fights. I mean, folks know your facilities suck. You think you don't try to get better facilities? You know it's right. But I mean, you look at it every day. But because unfortunately, he is the one, and that's why I think that when people ask me, "Do you think he's going to take a Power 5 job?" He could, but I think his calling, man. Sometimes things are bigger than a paycheck, and fortunately, and like I said, I could be damn wrong, but fortunately, a paycheck, I don't think that's what he needs. I think that his calling to do, if anybody believes in anything, a higher power, I think his calling is what he's doing to spotlight these athletes that he can get on this level. But go ahead, Renard.
I want to respond to this. With lucrative network money deals before. That's false. I'm gonna tell you why that's false. The commissioner, see, these are the things that people don't know because they're not there. Dr. Charles McClellan is working on a lot of stuff pre-prime that is now about to come through. That ain't got nothing to do with prime. Has to do with 100% just the swag. And if you can go back and listen to his message at Media Day.
His opening Media Day.
He's opening at Media Day.
No.
It's not like McClellan's turn to prime and say, "Hey, I need for you to do this," or "Hey, I need to do that." It's like, okay, we're about to move forward with this. Let's talk about the SWAC being a mega conference and moving up to D1. But it's a lot of stuff that people don't know that goes into it. But like the network money deal, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not even the networks that they're really trying to go after right now. HBCU Go, HBCU League Pass Plus that are already there, all these other kind of things. The network money that they want is not what they've been getting. And the deals that they are having in place that are talked about right now. I mean, been talked about for the last 3-4 years. It's almost like I got to get you to know my value. And it's like that's the fight of what are some things they got. Like they just had an agreement with the basketball. But the problem is, and this is nothing to do with GOJ, it's this a public perception of, okay, y'all don't know what's going on money-wise because y'all don't get, if you're not on the calls, or if you're not at Media Day, or if you don't really get into it to try to figure out what's going on, the perception is that Prime is about to build up the SWAC, and then he gonna leave, and then he gonna be gone. Like Dr. McClellan ain't trying to do nothing. Like Andrew Roberts ain't trying to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's that part of it that's really a big issue that people have no idea about, or the partnerships that they deal with, or the fact that y'all forget that the SWAC is a D1 conference. So guess what? All these meetings and stuff, they're in on it too. Hell, Dr. McClellan was sitting front row at the damn Final Four, sitting beside the other D1 commissioners. Like, this is not just like a new thing for them. It's just that they're building up a product right now that everybody's getting ready to try to sell. And I know the perception. We get the perception. We're just trying to let people know. Part of what we want to do is let people know that, hey, it's not always what it seems. The SWAC don't look at Deion as a cash cow or anything of that nature. The SWAC look at him like, okay, you want to bring some more exposure? It just be like, hell, Brian Kelly came to the SEC. You got all these coaches. Hey, if they want to come, and if we can get this network to pay more for it, then that's fine. But they also want the respect of what their product is and who they is and what they continue to put out each and every year. Yeah. Does he help? Yes, but it's just that he's not the only thing. But all for Prime, all for all of that. What else y'all got? I want to shout out 2 teams. I want to shout out the Fighting Mike Leaches. 40-17, Arkansas. I know KJ didn't play, but yeah. Okay, I mean, I hear you. I hear you, GOJ. You graduated from Norfolk State. It's not like I'm not pushing back to what you said. I'm pushing back to like the national narrative.
Yeah.
You know, it's the national narrative. And then when I saw your comment made me think about it. So not pushing back what your comment was, it's just the national narrative. Shout them out, and also, God, I don't want to do this. The Fighting Irish.
The Fighting Marcuses.
But even though I did pick them. I
think we all did.
What about?
I mean,
it was sweet.
Well, we've already DMX. We've already talked about Florida State. I mean, we don't need to talk about Miami.
Yeah, I mean, I just we said this a month ago.
Miami always go down. So I mean,
I'm not gonna talk about Miami from the standpoint because they've done what they've done for the last X amount of years.
So if y'all had a choice right now, like if y'all could, of 2 teams, if y'all can make the schedule maker and like that, everybody got to be. No, I'm saying no. 2 teams y'all can see play.
I had no idea what you were gonna ask. I just highlight you.
Give me a matchup right now. Give me US. If I could,
an
NFL thing and pick a matchup. Give me USC and Ohio State right now on primetime on ABC.
Well, you gotta wait a couple of years.
I know. Well, we gotta wait a couple of years because USC finna win that goddamn table.
Oh, I'm talking about for it to be an intra-conference matchup.
I know. Yeah.
And be streaming live on streaming live on ESPN Plus. Not regular ESPN or ABC.
And you know something.
You said 2 teams, right?
I'm gonna say this.
Yeah.
We talked about North Carolina's defense, but right now, North Carolina is 6-1, and Virginia Tech they gonna mess around and stumble and bumble and make it to the ACC title game with that offense.
Why y'all want me to cuss today? Okay.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's possible, but it won't mean that.
Yeah, give me your team.
And now my other port returns. If Clemson beats North Carolina again, this is trash.
But Tuck,
give me your 2 teams. Do not let Senator Tuck take you down the filibuster hole. What 2 teams?
You said inner
conference? I'm saying any team, any 2 teams across America right now you would like to see match up.
Mine was Ohio State and USC. That was mine.
I would like to see Oregon and Georgia play over again.
Ooh.
At a neutral spot. Cause don't give me that shit that Georgia and the Mercedes Dome in Georgia.
Give me Georgia and Oregon and Oregon.
Somewhere in Texas.
Give me Oregon. Yes, I won't add home ball.
I want to see that matchup today.
And see, you know what, man? Back to the SEC bash. Ooh. Yeah, you know, your SEC. your SEC boys don't play outside your comfort zone. But I digress. Let me go with
pause.
Not this year.
Stop.
Could have sworn that Auburn went to Penn State last year. Okay. Could have sworn Alabama went to Texas.
That's two teams. That's two teams.
Who don't go outside their comfort zone?
Pittsburgh.
I just think everything just kind of be in your comfort zone as a conference as a whole.
Could have sworn.
Who have they not? I'm not talking about. I'm just talking about in general. Like, who have they not scheduled to play?
Who are we talking about?
You said the conference. I'm just asking the question.
Yeah, the whole. Outside of this year, it's kind of the first time that Bama really had a real role.
If you're gonna put Bama in this, I ain't got nothing.
That's your conference, isn't it? That's the one you hold up high and proud.
LSU with UCLA.
Speak for your damn self.
Hey, Ben, that's the one they stick the chest out for.
Hey, then UCLA.
I don't like that day shit. Y'all can keep that day shit and take that shit somewhere else.
Hey, can I reclaim my time? I
just asked the question.
Hold
on. Fuck all this bullshit talking. Go pull the non-conference schedule for each team and see who they got.
We talking about as a whole. Y'all don't go nowhere.
Pull them out.
LSU went to UCLA. LSU went to UCLA. Auburn went to Penn State.
When? Last year, right?
Went to Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Florida went somewhere. LSU's been to Wisconsin. LSU went to Wisconsin.
When?
Huh? LSU went to Wisconsin.
When?
2 years ago.
2 years ago. Okay. I digress.
Okay. No. Come back here.
Y'all don't go nowhere.
No.
Everything y'all play gonna be in either Mercedes-Benz. It's gonna be in New Orleans. It's gonna be in goddamn somewhere around you.
Alabama went to Alabama.
Hold on. There's a caveat to that though.
Mm-hmm.
That's when all the games were being scheduled. All those games were being scheduled in neutral site. It was before a lot of people were doing home and home.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Now everybody wants to do home and home. They got rid of the fucking neutral site game. They like, fuck that. We need to be sharing the money.
That's right. Why is Tuck still talking? His team is trash. Listen.
Fine.
I ain't no fine. I ain't so fine. Just said trash. What my boy said trash.
Trash.
You made me wait all summer for a doggone. What do you say? For what's your boy name that came from the Clippers?
So what was the point you was getting to?
The point I was getting to was the two teams that you asked me that I wanted to see play.
Yes, those two teams. Yes.
Man, I would be. Man, this is tough, man. I just want to see. Do I really want to see Bama in somebody? I don't know why.
Well,
I like what somebody put. I guess UCLA and Clemson really is intriguing. But if I had to go West Coast back to this side, I do like the Oregon and Georgia rematch. I probably would say a USC Bama.
That was very interesting.
I think you get that in a couple of years too.
Yeah. Maybe a home and home. Maybe a home and home. Auburn has
somebody said Mississippi State with Arizona. Man, y'all don't even count Mississippi State when y'all talking about your conference.
But we just did it though, bro.
I count Mississippi State.
You asked for a fact. You asked for a fact and you got it. And now you want to jump on it.
The cowbells are all right with me.
Yeah.
Niggas don't go no further. It's past I-59, boy, y'all got dang on going nowhere.
I mean, first of all, you keep saying that y'all, you must be talking about you and your friends.
I ain't got no dog in the fight. Auburn goes to LA next year.
So what now?
LA next year.
What's your two teams?
Shoot.
Definitely. I mean, it depends on, like you said. I mean, I like those matchups. It's like, are we just talking about having a good non-conference game, or like somebody that's like good right now?
Well, two teams you want to see right. Let's break it all the way down. Two teams you want to see within this year right now.
No, I don't want to see Auburn, Iowa, because then I'd have to slit my throat. I just have to slit my throat and say that's it. I'm done. I mean, the damn kids wouldn't even wave at that game. The kids at the children's hospital would. The kids would be like,
they'd be like this. They'd be like this.
The kids would be like, no, this is how they would be waving right here. No, that's exactly how the kids would be like, no, I ain't doing this. We ain't.
That game
we ain't
having
this.
2 quarters, whoever at halftime, that's the winner.
What if it's 0 at halftime?
Oh boy, y'all
gotta go to overtime.
Y'all funny. I'm funny.
I mean, I'm trying to think, man. I want to think outside of. I mean, I kind of like. I mean, I would like to see how. I mean, I know Kansas lost today, but I'd like to see Kansas like against an Ole Miss. Something different.
Styles. Right.
Matches with styles, something like that. Seeing like a TCU play a. Let's take it up north. A TCU playing a Penn State.
Hell, TCU played Clemson.
Are we really giving TCU this love?
For right now, with Max,
we got you. They
Max Duggan, that big 6'4". Whatever. All I know is no more game. They said Max is big on the field. Oh yeah, Ready Gain Investment says Michigan and Tennessee.
Okay.
O said TCU and Clemson.
Yeah.
He said Ole Miss versus Clemson. I'm just not believing in Clemson. I want to see them play someone.
I don't understand. This is why
What about the since y'all love UT? About UT versus Ohio State?
Oh hell!
I mean, are we talking about the Ohio State right now? Without Jackson Smith and Jimba and without what's the name running back? Then
this is what we got. What we did with this call. We did.
I'm just saying January Ohio State.
Tennessee will beat Ohio State.
Look at Renard. January 1st, Ohio State.
Tennessee has all their chips in. Tennessee has all their chips in right now to win because next year is not promised to them.
I would love to see that. I could deal with that. I would like to see Tennessee offense and Ohio State, as far as Ohio State with how they would cover those receivers and Henderson and how they would do with CJ Stroud. That'd be an interesting matchup, even though their defense is not up to par. I'm talking about Tennessee.
If all those Texas non-believers, they got Iowa State.
I'd be sleep on that one.
Oklahoma State and coming up.
Ooh, yeah, that would be dope. Oh, Texas, that'd be kind of hot.
Ooh,
yeah. I ain't even gonna lie.
So they gonna play 7-on-7 or they're gonna be some
7-on-7?
Zero defense.
I mean, it would be so. Texas defense. I gotta give Texas a little bit of props. I mean, I do.
Yeah, Texas defense is pretty straight. That's you probably have to get the edge to Sark on that one a little bit. Because Kiffin will probably say something like get your popcorn.
I think Reddy Gain is Ohio State fan though.
He got to be.
I think he is. I mean,
I don't really disagree with him. I mean, I really don't.
I mean, what? You don't like Tennessee, so
anybody.
Oh,
Tennessee
come on, man.
Anybody.
Look,
they can score anybody.
It was the first game of the year, but it was a tough. Ohio State and Notre Dame was a tough game for Ohio State.
Well, okay. Who had Tennessee played?
Oh, I don't know.
Pittsburgh,
Florida.
Has Tennessee played Florida?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Are we count Florida?
We should.
You got to.
No, you don't. No, we don't.
We got to.
How many losses does Florida have?
3, 2, 2.
2, right? Mm-hmm. Who they lost to? Lost to Tennessee.
Tennessee and they might have 1.
No, they got more than 1.
No, they don't have more than 1. They lost to Kentucky.
Kentucky, yes.
Yeah, there you go. That's right.
It was somebody else. I think who beat too.
And who beat the brakes off Kentucky?
Today was South Carolina with no Levis.
I guess all I'm trying to say, I hear Senator Tuck sit up there with his chest poked out talking about Clemson ain't played nobody. Yeah. All I'm trying to say is this. Define nobody. What are we defining? Are we defining by the name on the jersey?
And that is I hate the argument. It's the dumbest argument known to man. Because like when you schedule a lot of these teams, it's not like you say, hey,
Hey, they
ain't gonna be shit in 2023 and 2022.
Right,
Hey,
I got
Let's
it.
go and put them on the schedule.
He ain't lying.
It's like, hey, go and put them on the schedule. Hey, 2031, put Texas on there because Texas still ain't gonna be back.
All put Washington on the schedule.
Like,
A couple years ago, we were like, what the hell were we thinking?
5 years from now.
Yeah, that's the crazy part about it. And it's like when we say we ain't played nobody, but we sitting here right now struggling to get great matchups.
They keep the LSU's ass. Who keep the LSU's ass? Oh, talking about Tennessee.
I mean,
look.
Okay, so you know how we always do. You know, hindsight is 2020. So the end of the year, we're gonna look at this schedule and say, okay, they wasn't what they thought. This is why I always say I hate preseason ranking, because they always put a glare on put a spotlight on a team that they really ain't working with. But you know,
Tennessee wasn't ranked though.
I ain't talking about that. Can I make my damn point? What I'm saying is this: we talk about teams that they beat. Florida was ranked what?
I don't know.
Like 17, something like that. I guess.
Yeah, something like that. That's just one game. Well, who else they beat? Who else Tennessee? LSU, what they were ranked in the preseason?
25.
They wasn't ranked.
Okay, there you go. They were 25.
They weren't ranked in the preseason.
It was not. LSU was ranked.
Who else Tennessee played?
I don't know. We ain't played but 5 games. Here we just named 3.
Right. So my point I'm making is, giving all this blood to Tennessee, we said Tennessee. We said Clemson ain't played nobody, but yet we're gonna give Tennessee the benefit of the doubt.
Where's Pittsburgh at right now in ACC? Right now in ACC, what's Pittsburgh right now?
No one ain't said nothing like that.
And Pittsburgh running back just ran for 300 yards, so watch him out.
And they lost to Tennessee.
That's tough. That's tough. Tuck always want to make these.
Where is Pittsburgh at right now in the ACC?
Let me. You know,
where is Pittsburgh right now in the ACC standings?
Right here. Tuck, do you think that Tennessee defensively, in a totality of the whole game, will be able to beat Wake Forest right now?
He gonna say yes. He gonna say yes.
Fuck no. Fuck no.
He gonna say yes.
No.
He gonna say yes.
No.
No. Why? Why?
Because they're going to score more points.
Because they're in the SEC.
Wait for it.
All I want to know.
Players right now.
All I want to know is
trash.
All I want to know is the hell with the name. I don't care if you call it. I don't care if you call it AMP. I just want to know on either side why you feel like Wake Forest would be favored, and why you feel like Tennessee would be favored. What would be the matchup? What was the matchup? Well, I'm talking matchup. See, y'all can talk this conference BS all you want to. I'm talking
No. I got you.
Renard deflecting, but go ahead.
Deflecting from what? That's because I don't pump that shit. That's tough.
You're deflecting. Right now, I'm talking to Silver Tuck.
Offensively.
Yeah, because Silver Tuck is the fool.
Offensively, who can stop? Defensively, on Wake Forest team, who can stop Bruce McCoy? I'll wait. We just put this guy up for the Heisman on Wake Forest defense.
But on the same time, I can argue back with you. Who the hell on Tennessee's defense has an answer for A.T. Perry? Nobody. That dude literally is the.
They can play zone, bro. They don't even. And they run the ball. Look what Tennessee's rush defense is in the country right now. Go right ahead. Look that up right quick.
What's Tennessee's pass defense?
That's not what I asked you. That's not what I asked you.
Is the A.T. Perry is like a 5th-year senior, bro.
What does a 5th-year senior have to do with anything? We got 7th-year seniors out there.
I'm looking at that. My point I'm making is he's a great wide receiver, and you put him with Sam Hartman against Tennessee's whack-ass defense.
But you see, this is what I'm saying right here. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is why we can't have this conversation because you saying no, because you saying that
I ain't never agreed to be in my life.
But you calling them whack based off of what?
Because they're in the SEC.
What?
That's what it is, Dave. I mean, they just call a spade a spade. Okay, that's what I'm asking. Like, what based off of what?
What passing offense has Tennessee faced that's equivalent to Wake Forest?
I don't know. I'm not sitting there.
Let's see. Like what? But they don't.
Because you talking about LSU.
I'm finna look at it. All right, so right now, Wake Forest is 5-1, and they have 41 points a game. Okay, so all right.
They average 41 points a game?
Yeah, they average 41 points a game.
Okay.
I'm finna look at
So basically what you're saying, the final score gonna be 50-41?
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm asking. That's what I'm asking. That's what I'm saying.
Even if we go there, I'm gonna trust Sam or I'm gonna trust Malik.
You mean Hendon?
Well, Hendon.
You gonna
trust? But if you hold on. If you're gonna go there and use your stats and use it as your barometer,
I tried.
Then Tennessee. Hold on. You said that they averaging this per game. Okay, Tennessee is averaging almost 50 points a game. So if that's the case, then what make you think that Wake Forest is gonna stop Hooker? I'm asking. I'm seriously asking the question.
No. When it comes down to it, I don't see anybody on Tennessee that's gonna stop A.T. Perry.
But you're talking about one person, bro. I can double team one person. Yeah, I can shell cover one person, dude.
Name me the difference maker on Tennessee's offense. Name me the difference maker.
Brew McCoy or Allen, who runs a 4-3, or you got the two running backs, the two former 5-stars sitting right there that are already playing for them right now, and they got a tight end.
Name me somebody who makes an impact besides.
I am. You talking about Tennessee? You talking about the number 3 scoring offense in the nation? So it's gonna be more than fucking one.
Yeah,
I mean, you saying that like you saying one receiver from Wake Forest, but I'm sure you can name some other ones who will make an impact.
Of course.
You asked me who will make an impact on Tennessee's
offense. I'm a buddy in. If these some guns that you talking about don't do a goddamn thing next week, don't you bring them up no more?
Why not?
No more.
Not? But I thought Bama wasn't a litmus test though.
Look here.
I was just told you. Y'all just told me that Bama was not a litmus test.
Guess what?
Bama is the measuring stick in which that
guess what, Ben?
Guys hang your hats on. So
Ben, guess what?
The hell with that.
No, Johnny, I got to hear. I had to do that sometimes. Ben, I just know
guess what?
Ben,
guess what? I'm just gonna tell you right now.
It's so funny. Y'all sitting there talking about conference. I'm sitting there talking about the actual players in the game, but you pumping conference too.
Well, look here. You think all right because y'all feel like I
see this is BS. This is BS.
Tennessee had the 28th ranked defense in the country right now.
Okay.
This is BS.
Wake Forest has the number 65th ranked defense in the country.
Where's my gavel? Judge, this is bias. I'm out of here.
It's very biased. It's really very biased.
It's very biased.
I mean, Tennessee should have had the number 1 dang on defense based on the putrid offense they have faced over these 5 weeks.
Who is Wake Forest face? Who is Wake Forest face besides Florida State? I'll hang up and I'll wait.
Shoot, Clemson.
You just said Clemson offense wasn't good.
You just said Clemson offense.
You just said Clemson offense wasn't good.
You just said it.
He gonna get off the camera. He gonna get off the camera.
I'm with Dave. I'm gone.
No. Cause see, here's the issue. Here's the issue.
Oh wow.
Here's the issue. You know, people. For all of y'all that say that we are homers, this last part of the segment proves that we are not homers. Cause we talking about Tennessee and fucking Wake Forest.
Who ain't
at 2 o'clock in the morning?
You're a homer. Your last name should be Brave, as in Atlanta Braves.
I'm saying this segment right here, we literally talking about Tennessee and Wake Forest at 2 o'clock.
Oh man,
ain't nothing wrong with that.
First of all, this is probably 2 of the ugliest colors in college football. I mean, really honest.
I can't look when it comes to Tennessee, where they was 2 years ago to where they are now.
To now, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, because 2 years ago they ain't know what to do.
I mean,
and the fact that Hypo took that team last year and made them the number 7 team in offense in the country,
bruh.
Yeah.
And I hate it for them because they are undefeated right now, and I know the narrative going into it is if they don't do it this year, they're not going to do it. And I hate that's going to be
Wait for the narrative. They want to talk about. They want to talk about defense or offense, but Wake Forest is right now.
We ain't even talking about that no more.
I mean,
we gonna pass that.
What is
I think that. You? I mean, okay, let's look at Tennessee. Okay, so Tennessee got Bama next week. Okay,
they got them next week.
Well, then they got to turn around at some point and get Georgia, right? I don't know exactly.
Yeah, they get a bye week. Georgia.
They get a bye week, then Georgia.
Okay.
They got Georgia way in November.
Woo. So I'm gonna be honest. If I'm Tennessee, I'm putting all my eggs in the Georgia game versus the Bama game.
I mean, to get to the East, that makes more sense.
Yeah,
but you've lost to Alabama. You've lost to Alabama for 13 years in a row.
I think it's longer than 13 years.
It might be 16.
So
it was before the iPhone was born.
No, about that. We talking about if it ain't 20, it's close to it.
It was before the iPhone was invented.
And if all the years that Bama had been vulnerable,
right,
and been their weakest, I mean, they literally like if y'all ever watch the National Discovery Channel and you watch the Lions hunt, they always go get the one to pack the count.
It's 2:00 in the morning. I am looking at South Carolina and Kentucky, and we talking about Lions on this show.
The line always get the one that be trailing behind, kind of limping a little mane, little
the last motherfucker.
This is Alabama team. This is Alabama team right now.
Little mangy Alabama team that's hanging out here.
But to your point, when Dave talking about Tennessee over Georgia, I think it's more the fact of Tennessee fans having to list because Tennessee and Alabama is the traditional rival.
Right.
They've been traditional rivals for years and years and years and years and years and years. And the fact that you ain't beat them since it was no iPhone that came out. Like
we said, we talking about.
We on iPhone 14. I mean, and so like that's a long time.
A long time.
And Saban been there how long? 15 years now? 2007 to 20.
2007. Yeah.
They ain't lost to them since Saban be there.
They have
probably like 20 years.
So it's like we're talking about a long time, bro. So it's like the fans want the East. But I promise you, I think some of them fans
they would rather have
that because bro, you know how they hand. Can you imagine losing to your rival 15 years in a row?
Say it again, dog. The fans would rather them beat Bama and lose to Georgia.
Oh yeah,
they would much rather them beat Bama and lose to Georgia if they had to choose between the two.
Oh yeah,
they would much rather beat Bama than Georgia.
Hey, coach, things are not going well.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
They would much rather do that. And the game is in Knoxville this year. Bruh,
it is.
I'm telling you, like they're gonna be so crunk for that game. My fear for them for this game is that they're gonna overhype themselves for this game. And I think if Bama gonna go in there and clean up their mistakes, but
Bryce gonna play.
And you know that they gonna go in there and what they didn't do technically right this game.
Right.
After Saban is at home now smiling, waiting on the film. So he can just break it down for him and mess them up all week long. He love when they mess up.
So Bryce hurt his throwing arm, right?
AC shoulder, AC joint.
Yep.
Man, bro, Bryce ain't gonna play, man.
He got to take a shot.
Now he might not be no good, but he
got to take that shot. AJ McCarron told him that. AJ McCarron said I had the exact same injury in sophomore year in college.
Mm-hmm.
And he told him exactly how it was. He said it's gonna be about you with pain management. You're gonna take that shot every game.
And the thing is, that after what Milroe did tonight,
AJ
McCarron.
Yeah, I forgot myself. What year
was it? It wasn't Mark Ingram, was
it? It was Derrick Henry.
No,
yeah, of course. Yeah.
AJ McCarron was there, yeah.
What year is AJ McCarron was there? They all started to run together now.
Mark Ingram was with.
I think we had
McElroy.
Yeah, McElroy. I mean, Ingram was with McElroy, but what?
Yeah, McCarron was.
We missed one.
And
what was the year that he like?
Oh no, we missed one. We got McCarron, McElroy.
No, it's McElroy first.
McCarron. Then it was what's his name?
Coker.
We had Coker for 1 year.
And then it was
Sims.
Sims, and then it was
Tua.
Hurt. It was one person before.
Hurts, then Tua.
Hurts. It was Hurts after Sims, right?
Yeah.
But when 27? Wasn't Henry like 2017? 20 something, 2015 something? I can't remember.
So much in.
It wasn't 2017.
No, and it wasn't 2017. I didn't know it was the year that I stood up there and I talked to Jesus up there because that's how I was up.
I mean, if that's my running back, boy shoot me in the shoulder. The only thing I gotta do is be able to get there and hand this son gun off.
You know, that was the years he had Cooper.
Yeah.
He had Cooper and all them.
Yeah, he wasn't stretching. He wasn't trying to go downfield with that.
Well, okay, because that was 2013. Then when he had Cooper.
I think that was before Derrick Henry.
Yeah, because it
had to be Ingram.
Had to be Ingram and Richardson.
Ingram graduated the year after the comeback.
All you gotta do just do Google.
I mean, it's always good to go old school. Just try to sit around and argue about it.
Try to argue about it. It's like, let's go Google.
The research and development R&D is looking it up right now.
Like I said, I just remember McCarron with Cooper.
So
who was the quarterback when the last time Bama played Texas and hurt doggone the quarterback? Who was the quarterback?
Thank you. Oh, well, I know you would know. 2015 was Henry's Heisman year.
So Henry won the Heisman his junior year, right?
So it was Henry. Yeah. If I got Derrick Henry back here, give me a shot right here. Because I gotta be able to stretch this doggone ball out.
You know why it can't be though? Because 2013 was the year that they broke up the three-peat. Because Bama was going for a three-peat.
And y'all know what happened in 13. So
that's what I'm talking about. We talking about 13.
Henry was there though.
He might, but he wasn't starting.
He was starting.
But he was.
Bo Scarborough around that time, right?
I want to say that was the Yielded. Was that Yielded?
Oh, so you saying that year that Omar saying that Coker was a QB and Henry was the Heisman? If that's so, that makes sense. Because that's why I didn't respect him. That's why Henry ran the ball 52 times against Auburn. And that's not exaggeration.
Oh, so Henry and Coker was in the backfield together.
Mm-hmm.
Man, these years go by so fast, man. It's crazy.
Like I said, all I remember is Amari Cooper getting the pass from AJ.
99 yards.
99 yards going down the sideline. Like,
I was like,
and Cooper was like, I think Cooper had like 100 catches that year or something like that.
But I wonder how. I mean, honestly, let's just talk football. Okay. If I got a Bryce Young back here with a gimpy arm, they already ain't really pushing the ball down the field like that.
They doing here now. They just ain't as open.
Right.
But true. But with a gimpy arm though, I would think that with this injury, even if he's shot up, he's gonna try to take a lot of passes from 15 yards in.
He's gonna have to.
I think it changes I think it changes because I can't see him just coming out just gunslinging. I don't see that happening. It's gonna be tough. I said it after the Texas game. This Bama squad right here is gonna be tough because I just don't see them stretching that field vertically.
I got you. Talent wise and everything else though, just realistically, just looking at a team as a team. Of course, I can see them making it to the national championship game, but I'm saying like, who do we see like for real? Like if they can get on same court, who do we see like really out talenting them or beating them that way? We know the mistakes can happen in the game. We know how things work, but like if we just talking about folks on paper.
I mean, with zero mistakes, folks on paper, I'll say Ohio State. I think Ohio State could beat them without no turnovers, without the extra shit.
Well, I think if you're going to look at on paper, the thing about Alabama on paper is probably nobody. But it's the nuances that comes along with it, the injuries, and the stuff that you can't account for on paper. So on paper, I don't think it's really. I mean, you would have to go with like being said, Ohio State, something to that magnitude. But I think that where we sit today, as things are, with what we've seen from their defense. And their offense, I ain't taking Mississippi State off the table.
I just feel like, and you're right. Every week, man, I just don't think you can take anybody off the table right now. Well, there's a couple you can take off.
Right.
There's a couple. They got a couple of guaranteed wins on their schedule. I mean, guaranteed. Of course, they got the non-conference. They got one more there. Then of course, Auburn's a guaranteed win. Trying to think who else, but I'm like someone who could challenge them.
You talking like the Vanderbilt? Do they play Vanderbilt this year?
They already have.
They already did.
They already played. Okay, well, that was a guaranteed win. Do they have any more outside Auburn?
What you mean?
Any more guaranteed wins outside Auburn?
I think they have a. No, they don't have a no more non-conference. I don't.
They got Mississippi State and they got Ole Miss coming up.
Them ain't looking good right now.
Well,
LSU. I mean,
LSU. You might as well.
It's in
there you go. Say it, big.
Yeah, you might as well plug LSU.
I give LSU a better chance than some of these other ones. I think, like I said, LSU ran into what we call a buzzsaw. And
you got LSU and Austin P. Those are your two guaranteed.
No, it's 3-0 now.
The thing about LSU is
I'm trying not to go.
You don't have
it ain't Jordan.
The problem with Alabama LSU, you don't have nobody to take the top off of LSU. Tennessee does.
And Daniels just ain't consistent.
Well, you know what? Hold up, Tuck. LSU don't have a quarterback to get to the guy that can take the top off. Because Kayshawn can take the top off, but
can't get it to him.
He ain't got nobody to give him the goddamn ball.
But Kayshawn, but I mean, his whole career is strange.
Yeah, like he ain't got nobody to give him the goddamn ball.
But even now, like they threw to him today, boom, he dropped. He dropped 2 of them. It's like,
I mean, he was frustrated against us. Even in the game against FSU, I think he had like 1 catch.
But I mean, I'm talking about like he dropping the ball. Like it's like they get it to you, and you ain't like you just tell he ain't all the way there.
Yeah,
can they play with Bama up front? Because this year they can. Ohio State, their D line is better than what it was last year.
I think, and the Golden Boot boys can talk to us more about Kayshawn, but I think the rumblings that we heard in the offseason
about him going to Alabama,
he probably shouldn't have played this year.
But the thing is, he was going out. That's a rumor out there saying he was going to Alabama. The reason why he the only reason
that's another rumor out there.
The only reason he didn't go to Alabama was because he missed the transfer portal.
And I didn't buy that part, but yeah.
I mean, it's just like Ricks. It's like everybody hyped up Ricks, and Ricks is in the playing rotation, but he ain't starting.
He ain't starting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you just never know. That's why it's like
I didn't see him tonight.
I don't remember seeing him tonight. But I mean, when I did see him, because I was actually just paying attention. The game wasn't intense.
That's almost special teams. I didn't see him.
Yeah, man. Sometimes it is what it is. When it comes to it, there ain't nothing guaranteed. I mean, only transfer that guaranteed is that you're gonna see 64 at that left tackle from Vanderbilt, and you're gonna see that one. You're gonna see that Gibbs,
and you gonna see Gibbs.
That boy, that is Jesus.
Look, y'all can take little baby Albert Kamara and take him somewhere else.
Get him on out there.
Because he can go on leave.
Why are we still on this?
We finna get off, bro. We finna get off.
All right.
What we need to say with our own chest, Willis? Willis said, "Say it with your chest." I'm like, what we saying with our chest?
It ain't. He talking about he replying to Ready Game.
Yeah.
Oh Lord. Hey, y'all, look, don't y'all be fighting in the comments.
Yeah, please do fight. It actually be, controversial.
Don't do that. Don't do that. You always want to controversy something, man. We finna let these people go, man. It's late. I know it's late because
appreciate y'all.
I got college football final and SEC football final on, and it's on that repeat status. I said, oh Lord.
And Pac-12 college football. Pac-12 college football.
Yeah.
I got a whole lot of games to go up here and go to sleep on. So you gotta go stay.
Yeah, well, we've been up out here, man, and we'll see y'all soon, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, man. We got more coming to you, and we'll be holler back y'all in a couple of days. Make sure you go check out the Prime video on our YouTube channel, man. Tell a friend, tell another friend, like, comment, do all that good stuff. We appreciate y'all, man. Anything else y'all want from us, y'all know how to hit us up. But we up out this thing. Peace.
Yeah.
And the Vols will be Clemson.
And I am the sweat.